Hey guys, and welcome to another C++ programming tutorial from Someone9031, and today we're going to be going over class inheritance in C++. So inheritance is one of the more complicated subjects in C++ programming, but it's also one of the most important ones. It's a fundamental part of many other things that we'll learn later on, like polymorphism. If you plan on doing Windows programming with the Microsoft Foundation classes, the MFC, that uses lots of inheritance. And really it's just a very useful tool for your programs. But like I said, it's a difficult to grasp concept in the beginning, just like pointers and stuff. That was also useful, but it's difficult to grasp. So basically inheritance, like its name suggests, allows classes to inherit from one another, to inherit functionality from another class. And the usefulness of this is you can create one common base class, and then you can have other classes inherit from that, and they get all the functionality. So that might sound a bit confusing right now, but trust me, by the end of this tutorial, or I have a feeling this is going to take more than one tutorial, so by the end of this series of tutorials about inheritance, you'll understand what I mean. So as an example, we're going to create an animal class. So this is basically as broad as you can get. It's animals. It's going to be stuff that all animals have in common, that all animals share. So because we're going to be creating many classes in this tutorial for the inheritance part of it, because you need classes to inherit from one another, we're doing this all in separate header and source files, because otherwise our main file would get too cluttered. So class animal. So we're going to say that all animals must have a weight, so double weight. We're going to say all animals will have an age, so in age. All animals must move, so double speed. And actually, let's just have a function void move. Let's have it take a double distance, and then let's have a constructor that initializes everything, so double weight and int age. So that's going to be our class. Very simple. But this is our base. This is where all other classes that we're going to create in this tutorial will inherit from. These are the characteristics of every single animal that every animal must have. So now let's go finish up our declarations and stuff. Only two functions. So void animal move. Do we have it take? Yes, we had it take a double distance. And we're going to have it print out cout animal move. Like so. I think we forgot the semicolon here. And then our constructor. Double weight and int age. We're going to have weight equals W and age equals A. This is our class, our animal class. It's now done. So I'm going to talk a bit more about inheritance. So when you have one class inheriting from another, you're creating an inheritance hierarchy. And these hierarchies should be somewhat realistic. So by having one class inherit from another class, you are establishing an is a relationship. So if we had another class called mammal and we had that class inherit from animal, we'd get all the characteristics of an animal. Therefore, mammal is an animal. So that's the relationship that you establish. Because now if we had something else that we wanted to have, this weight and age, these variables, and we wanted to have functionality, but it was something else, something that's not an animal, that relationship would not make sense, and that would not be a very good programming practice. Now, when you create that hierarchy, for every step that you go down, because let's say we have our animal, this is at the very bottom, this is our base class, the most general we can get. Then we have one step further, we have mammal, okay, that's our second class. So it's a bit more specific, we're chipping away at it. Then one more step, let's say we have human. Now that's being specific. So for every step up the hierarchy or down the hierarchy, however you want to look at it, it should get more specific. So let's just add some other stuff here. Let's just have our mammal class. I think that's how you spell mammal. If and def mammal underscore age define. So save that. So class mammal. So now I'm going to show you how. To do the actual inheritance part. So to inherit from another class, so we have the name of our class when we're creating the new class that we're going to inherit from another class. So after you put the name, you put a colon, the 2 dots, and then you put public. So we're doing public inheritance. That's the simple one and the more commonly used one. We'll go over private inheritance later. And then after that, you put the name of the class that you are inheriting from. Oh wait, no, sorry. Animal. Like so. And I believe you have to pound include animal.h. Like so. Now, by doing this inheritance, we now have all the functionality of our animal class within our mammal class. It's like basically we went and copied and pasted all of this stuff, and then we just went and copied all of this stuff and then pasted it in mammal, because a mammal has every characteristic of an animal, so we have that inheritance there. Now, like I said, every space down, you can have more specific characteristics. So we can add some stuff that we believe just mammals can do. Let's say we're going to say that mammals eat different things than normal animals. So we're going to have another function here. We're going to have void eat. Alright, so we're going to have cout animal eats. And now we're going to, let's say we replace that, we have a new function. We're going to have it called void mammal eat. So that's going to be the only different characteristics that we're going to have. So you can have as many of these additional ones as you want. So these are all just the additional differences, other than that it differs it from normal animals, because all the characteristics of an animal are already there. Let's have a new item. Mammal C++ file. So, oh yes, so we should have. Actually, I think we can just use the animal constructor for this. So void mammal mammal eat cout mammal eats. So like that. So basically, our mammal is basically just an animal with that additional function that you call to have the mammal eat. And now we're going to have one more function. We're going to have it be we're going to have one more class, sorry. We're going to have that be human. So humans are mammals and they're animals, but they're different from all the others. They have some unique characteristics. So human. So all of this header file stuff I did do a tutorial about before. If you haven't seen it, it's called how to split a project. Yep. So basically our human class, we're going to have inherit from mammal. And because mammal inherits from animal, human is indirectly inheriting from animal as well. So basically, our human, by inheriting from mammal, we're also inheriting the characteristics of animal, because mammal inherited from animal. So we now have all of that functionality put together, and then we're going to put it all into humans, and we are going to add some extra stuff. And I realize this probably is still quite confusing, but this is just meant to be a first look at inheritance. I'm not really explaining all of it. I'll do it in the next part of this tutorial. So let's have our human constructor. Actually, we can have some other things like void. Let's say human move. Humans move differently than a lot of other animals and mammals, because we move on 2 feet rather than the 4 feet that other animals move on. So after that, let's think of some other characteristics that a human has. Let's have some of these. Let's add some extra variables. Have a double height, like so. Now we're going to have a human constructor that takes a double height, and let's have double weight and an age. So I'll show you how to set up that constructor in the next tutorial. For now, we'll just do the other stuff, because when you have constructors and inheritance, it's different than usual. Well, there's some specific rules that apply, so I'll explain that later on when we do other stuff, when we go further into inheritance. Actually, instead of making this called human move, we're going to make it called walk, because humans walk. Using namespace std. Right, so the things that we had void, we had our void walk. So we're going to have cout human walks. So I think that's all I'm going to do for now. For this part, this has been a first look at inheritance. In the next parts of these tutorials, I'll go over like using constructors for inheritance, and I'll explain about inheritance more fully. And we'll finish up some of these classes, maybe make some new ones. So, like always, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe and rate. If you have any questions, feedback, or comments about this video, please feel free to leave them below in the comments section. And once again, thanks for watching.